hopefully everybody can see me. And trying to find a way.
Did you publish it with commercials?
I don't remember. Hopefully I'll be on here soon.
You're on there. I'm watching
Okay.
you. You see me yellow?
Yeah, I see you on my phone, but I can't find you on the computer.
What are you on page?
I'm there. There we go. Okay.
Now you can see?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm just having technical difficulties all around because I'm just kind of nuts today. It's been a busy day. So, alright, there we go. Just adjust certain things on my end and I'll be fine. It's Sheila! What's going on, Sheila? Jay-Ann's in the background. She don't want to be on camera. That's fine. It's kind of an impromptu. Robin Lynch, or Leach.
You right the first time.
Okay, Lynch, okay. Teja, what part of Teja? I don't remember everybody's locations, because that's just how bad my mind is. These need a major cleaning. How's everybody doing? Kind of a impromptu live video with not much lazy day. Well, at first I thought it was going to be a lazy day for me too, but then we started getting some thunderstorms and whatnot, and I usually get energized for a short period of time when those kind of weather phenomenons roll in. South of Houston, we've got friends in Sugarland, Texas. I almost said Richmond, and I'm like, I don't think they're that close to Richmond, but I don't know. When it comes to big cities and all their little suburbs, I start getting lost because they live, okay. Because, hi Heather, between living in Phoenix and all the different little suburbs we lived in between South Phoenix, East Phoenix, Paradise Valley, Mesa, I get lost in suburbs. Of course, then I went to New York and went, there is way too many suburbs and small towns, and what's a suburb and what's a small town? Because they seem to be like jam-packed on Long Island. So, very humid in Des Moines. It was muggy, and then it started raining. We had some decent thunderstorms. Sorry, this wheelie chair every so often decides that it wants to have a mind of its own and wheel downhill, I guess. Friendswood. Don't know exactly where that is. I'd have to go look it up later. Humid in South Carolina. It's always humid in South Carolina. I'm sorry. Some of the states like South Carolina, Florida, Tennessee, Mississippi, or not Tennessee, Mississippi, Louisiana, all them southern states, and halfway up the East Coast is, to me, it was always humid. But that's just me. What did we do today? Well, we went into our bedroom and did some more work in there. Started to situate, organize, and go through stuff. That way, hopefully by Monday evening, Tuesday, I can just grab my tools, go in there into our room, and just start ripping up carpeting like there's no tomorrow. Yeah, we're supposed to get rain all week long as well here in Missouri, but I joke about the Rolla weather because I can open up my weather app map and watch it come towards me, and just as it's on the outskirts of town, unless it's a heavy storm, it like either splits, goes around, and reconnects. My joke here for Rolla is ever since they established the nuclear science facility here at the college in town, the weather just goes, nope, we're not dealing with that. We're going to go round over or just disappear totally. It's one of those kind of weird phenomenons where I'm just like, is it going to rain? Is it going to rain? It looks like it's going to rain. Oh, no, it went around. Yeah, Jerry's monitoring, so yeah, she'll see your comment there, Heather. Tiny sprinkler. Yeah. That's what I thought too. Oh, we're just going to get a sprinkling. No, it actually did a pretty good downpour. I don't have to worry about going and watering my baby tree outside. Did you see Sheila's comment?
I'm trying to answer her.
Okay. So, but yeah, we worked in our room for a little bit just to, you know, it's like, we've got a little bit of energy instead of just spending the whole day sitting around and me and my brain going, we went in there and worked a little bit. Because I knew if I didn't try to go in there and do something, even if it was by myself, yeah, my brain would have been going berserk all day and most likely disturbing my already unstable sleep patterns. Like, am I going to sleep tonight? I don't know. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Are you going to fall asleep? I don't know. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. Okay, I think I'll fall asleep. So, that was one of my biggest fears about not working outside of the house because when I know I can take my time and do whatever I want to when I want to, my brain just kind of goes, we'll sleep when we let you sleep. Otherwise, no, you're not getting sleep. The fun stories of my life. Well, Sheila, we want to get rid of our carpet too, and we're doing it. I wish you had some way of getting rid of yours if you wanted to. Unfortunately, Jerry doesn't like sharing, so no, you can't borrow me to do it. Yeah, that's why we're getting rid of our carpeting, because the allergies in that room is just terrible. I used our Dyson vacuum cleaner to get to the areas that I could get to, and I was surprised not only how much hairballs and debris and whatnot that little thing was picking up. So yeah, I can just imagine how it was bugging the crud out of our nose in the middle of the night. Yeah, if you have flooding in your area, carpeting is not a good thing for flood zones because it takes forever to dry up and then it holds in that dirty, nasty smell from the water and whatnot. I have experience with that now thanks to Superstorm Sandy and what it did in our house there in New York, or I should say my father-in-law's house in New York. Even though there was very little to no carpeting in that particular house, just the smell of dirty water, ocean water, combined with a little bit of sewage water, just not a pleasant smell. That factor, it leaves in a musty odor plus the humidity factor that it left inside the house was just not something I ever want to deal with again. That's why when people are going, oh, you're moving to Missouri where you get tornadoes, and I would be like, I'd rather be blown away than washed and blown away. So that's one of the biggest reasons why we were like, it's time to move out of New York. It's just, no. So that was one of the many reasons why we moved out of New York. I don't know if any of you are members of my wife Jerry Ann's channel. That's where all the videos of what we're doing around the house are. So, you can go to her channel to watch all the fun videos of what we're doing. If I wanted to, I can steal her videos to put on my channel, but I feel that's kind of unfair, so I just try to direct people. I'll go over to my wife's channel and watch all the fun stuff we're doing around the house. I guess you guys have been having issue with flooding down in Texas. I know certain parts of Texas, like where our friend lives in Sugarland, she gets some flooding down there. Um, we are hoping to be able to go down to Texas around July 11th if everything works out the way I hope they work out. Um, so yeah, we'll probably be going down there for a short period of time um, towards the beginning of July. Well, we didn't move, Terry. We didn't move out of New York until after Superstorm Sandy. It was one of the many things that kind of chased us out of New York. We were planning and hoping to be able to move out of New York, um, you know, within a year or so before, or not before, but a year or so before the hurricane came or the superstorm came. But like I said, it kind of made it like, oh yeah, we don't really have a comfortable place to live, and FEMA was offering assistance to anybody who wanted to move out of the
Red Cross.
Red Cross, not FEMA. Red Cross was offering assistance to anybody who wanted to move that particular out of that particular area, what they called the red zone, and we were eligible for their assistance, and we said, yeah, we'll take your assistance. We're moving to Missouri. So I was so happy because I was like, yes, I don't have to worry about struggling for money to get out. You guys live 20 minutes away from where the hurricane landed, Superstorm Sandy. How affected were you guys when it happened? Because we weren't in the house, my father-in-law's house, when it happened. But according to my sister-in-law and brother-in-law, we got like the water started like coming into the house, and oh no, we were in New York when we had problems with Superstorm Sandy back in 2000. What was it? 13? 12. Okay, 2012. So, yeah, I have. If you're talking about Houston, Texas, I don't live anywhere near Houston. I live in Missouri, but we have friends who live in Southwest Houston, the Sugarland, Richland area, and they get floodwaters every time they have big storms and whatnot. In fact, I think a friend said that there was only once or twice that they were told to evacuate the area they lived in because of a hurricane, but they never got Harvey. Harvey was the only one they had to temporarily evacuate because of how it was coming.
That's what Terry is saying to you.
Yeah. Right, it was Hurricane Harvey that basically caused them to evacuate the area for a short period of time. But anytime, one of our friends, anytime they get like strong tidal surges, their area floods and their apartment has had some minor problems.
But just during the hurricane, honey. They don't live that close to the coast.
Oh, it wasn't? Okay, so it was only, okay.
Yeah.
She would know better because I only get half conversations. So I have half information when it comes to Texas. You know. But I lived in a lot of different places I lived through, let's see here. The years we lived in Arizona, the 2 different times we lived in Arizona, we had to deal with dust storms. The 3.5 to 4 years in Little Rock, Arkansas, when I was younger, I could tell you stories about tornadoes. Nothing directly hit us, but close enough to cause everybody to run for cover. snowdrifts and blizzards of Germany. So I think the only thing I've never had to deal with, well, no, now that I think about it, there was a indirect earthquake issue when they had a major quake near Maryland several years back. So I think I've lived through just about every kind of um, weather phenomenon nature can throw at me. We are doing quite well, RC. The day had started out a little sluggish because the day before, basically Friday, we literally, I do say we, even though I did most of the work. I don't want to not include Jerry because she did her fair share. But Friday we moved or rearranged the equivalent of 2 bedrooms. So yeah, Jerry Ann wants to go to Texas so she can see all the babies in the 99-cent stores, which I'm calling all the 99-cent stores in the Houston region to ban Jerry Ann Henson from entering the store. 99-cent store, but you walk out of there with like $50 worth of stuff. No.
On a bad day.
On a bad day. But yeah, I am surprised people will drive through high water. When I lived in Arizona, the biggest thing that they talked about is if the Salt River, which ran through Phoenix, it has a roadway through the dry riverbed to get from one part of Phoenix to another, unless you wanted to go the long way around, which took almost an extra hour of your trip. They say if you see a trickle of water, don't even go in there, because usually a trickle of water through that zone means that there is a flash flood coming through the Salt River area. And I have seen via news broadcasts in Phoenix of cars and pickup trucks getting washed away by the floodwaters. And I'm like, are people really that dumb? There's warning signs saying if you see water, do not cross. So people will be people, and they'll think, oh yeah, I've got a nice big fat big old pickup truck, I can drive through there. Oops, there goes my car. Yeah. But I've watched a lot of different, disaster programs and news broadcasts of what people do during flooding, and I go, why'd you do that? Sorry, I'm reading some of these comments. New to my channel. I'm super excited to see how you're going to decorate your new space for filming your channel. Oh, the space that you're talking about, Bobby, and thank you for joining the channel, is, well, right now until we're done with all the other rooms, is temporarily a holding zone. I almost said dumping zone, but no, it's all controlled chaos. It's not really, we're just walking stuff, dumping. But right now it's got a few items in there that is just being held until we get done with redecorating the whole house. But yeah, we are filming what we're doing in there. It's on my wife's channel, Jerry Ann Henson. You see her there with a monkey wrench. She's my moderator as well, and life partner, wife, however you want to put it. Most of everything we've been doing in the various rooms are on her channel, but when I go to do my room, my den, whatever you want to call it, my personal space, I will probably share that on my channel because it will be my space. But if you watch any of my other videos when I go talking about what I would like to do in there, my interest, which will be part of how I decorate the room, is nature, wolves, Viking or Norse mythology, Assassin's Creed. I have 4 figurines from my favorite childhood comic book, which is called Elf Quest. So it's going to be a mishmash of my interests decorating the whole room. So it's going to have a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and so forth and so on. If you watched any of my channels where I do record in there right now, you'll see like this big tapestry behind me. It's a Norse mythology or Viking style tapestry that I can't remember which one of the two sent it to me, but they know who they are. Sheila Hall.
Is she?
I think it was Sheila.
I thought it was.
I've gotten gifts from Sheila, and I think I got something from Nellie, which Nellie's not on here. So it was either Nellie or Sheila.
She's here. She's down.
She's like they're been with me since the beginning, and they're very good supporters of my channel. Y'all doing a lot of things around the house on Jerry's channel. Yes, yes, RC. It's all on
Yeah,
her
she-
channel.
she-
Okay, Sheila, thank you very much. I could not remember if it was you or Nellie, because I know you and Nellie have been with me since day one. Since I was able to get my enough viewers to go to do live sessions.
Even before that.
So, yeah, well, like I said, from the get-go, since I started my channel. And as Sheila can tell you, I never asked for anything. They sent it to me out of the kindness of their heart. So, love it. But they know my interests, and they know, oh, it's that time. Let's go send, yes, Nellie was the one who sent me the Viking Blood Runs Through My Vein t-shirt and mug,
Yes.
which, give me 1 second. I know where that mug is. I want to go get it real quick.
Oh. Can you all hear me from over here?
What?
I'm calling from the couch. Can you hear me from the couch?
Yeah, I can hear you from the
No,
couch.
you talk to the people on the couch. See, Robinson. Yeah.
Sorry. We just like to send friend mail. Yeah, I know, Sheila, and I appreciate that. The book you...
Just hello.
Okay. The book that you're currently reading in your channel is very interesting, and will it influence... Yes, the American Cozy book that I'm currently reading is and has been influencing a lot of what we've been doing around here. Everything from decluttering, purging, cleaning, decorating, rearranging. Basically, it's a brand new lifestyle that I've been wanting to try for, well, I've kind of lived that lifestyle most of my life, because growing up in the military, you live a...
But not for the lifestyle.
Right.
It's just for the necessity.
we in the military, you kind of live at a necessity, a minimalist lifestyle. We're not trying to live a minimalist lifestyle. We're just using the book's information to help influence a lot of what we're doing. The reason why I disappeared for a moment or two is this is one of the things that I got from Nellie, I do believe.
No, you just call me
So,
and Nelly. Okay.
yeah, Nellie did send me the shirt, and this was with the shirt. And I love it because it fits it's a skull mug,
Mead tastes good out of it.
and yeah, when I drink my mead, which I'm out of my mead, it's like really like one of those yay type things. Yes, as the Vikings would say, skål. I get really rambunctious about my Viking knowledge. You have some really nice subscribers, really genuine. You and Jerry both are sweethearts. I just miss Jerry's crafts. Been watching all the good old stuff. Well, I'll be honest with you, hun. I can't pronounce your name, so I'm sorry. Once we get done doing all our purging and redecorating and rearranging, she's gonna be right back on the crafting. So just hang tight. That's all I can say right now. Just hang tight.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cynthia. Thank you for giving me the... How do you pronounce that name? Where did you get the book? And okay, the book I actually got on Amazon, and it's just simply called American Cozy. It's basically the Danish-inspired way of making your house hygge, or hygge, which is the Danish way of incorporating things to make your house comfortable, happy, vibrant, living part of your life. It's a whole lifestyle, really. Um, let's see here. Like learning about your American Cozy book. Thank you, Miss Jones. Sorry, I cannot pronounce first name sometimes.
Sonia.
Yeah, Sonia. I had to order it with my chemo. I am struggling to get things done, and you and Jerry have both motivated me so much. I'm happy that I'm motivating people to make changes in their lives to make their lives better. Thank you, Sheila. Sheila gave the whole information there. American Cozy by Stephanie Peterson. I guess that's how you pronounce that last name. That's the book that I've been reading lately. You're welcome, Cynthia. Like I said, we're trying to make things better in our home and our life and the whole lifestyle changes that will make things a whole lot easier. Not only will it be healthier environment for us, but easier to keep clean, and it's also helping us learn how to downsize a lot of stuff that we don't need, want, or use. Excuse me, my chair likes to roll on its own. It is cool that it's Danish. I'm finding, like, the first book I was reading before I started reading American Cozy was How to Hygge, the secret life to the Norse secret life to happiness. I found out about a year and a half ago or so through Ancestry.com, which was a kit that my mom got me for Christmas, that I have that
It was about 3 years ago.
3 years? Okay. So, like, I learned that I have ancestral markers in my bloodline that connects me to a lot of the Norse countries, which is basically 5 different ones: Iceland, Norway, Finland, Sweden, and Denmark are still considered Norse nations. And when I found out about it, I started to get into the studies of Norse mythology and their belief system and their lifestyle and everything about them. And then I found this book called How to Hygge, or Hygge, which is, I think I'm pronouncing that right this time around, How to Hygge, which is basically the Danish word for Hygge. And it just got me reading all these books, and I was like, okay. So between those books, watching the Vikings on the History Channel, and a lot of other history-based movies and TV shows about the Norsemen, started doing the Norse hairstyle and the whole 9 yards. And no, I have not jumped off a cliff into a shallow riverway, but I'm enjoying. I love it. I'm learning more and more about myself and realizing, hey, my personality fits these people more than I realized. But Jerry's basically indulged me in allowing me to go down this path without going.
Allow you? That makes
Well,
it sound like I had a choice
yeah.
to say no.
Well, she's basically,
Embracing it?
yeah, she's embracing it.
There
That's
you
what I
go.
meant, not allowing.
Okay.
Anyhow,
Yes, I give you permission to find your interests.
let's see here. What is this? Yes, the organizing is very inspirational. Yes, I love it. I'm sorry. I've always been a semi-organized person, but this American Cozy book, which has got more information than the first book I read, I was just kind of like, I could do that. That's easy to do. Okay, I just have to get, like, organizing systems and clean stuff up, basically. Sorry, I'm trying to read some of your guys' comments because I'm falling behind on that. I'm trying, but it's hard to let go. Yeah, it is hard to let go of certain things. My wife has a lot of childhood memories and memorabilia that she's finding ways to let go of some of it, but not all of it, and I understand. Because I grew up in the military, I don't have a lot of stuff that I've held on to from my childhood. I do have a lot of stuff that I look at and go, yeah, I can get. I don't need that no more. I can give it to somebody else, and maybe they can get some use out of it. Yes, you have been very motivating for me to start purging. Yeah, little by little. Don't try to take on your whole house. Just ease your way into it, room by room. That's basically what we've been doing. We take a room. Might take us a couple of days to go through it, but we go through all our stuff and go, I can get rid of this. I can get rid of this. I need to keep this. Da 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 da. So yeah, starting is hard, but I'll tell you what. Maybe Jerry can contest to this. Once you get started, it starts to infect you where it's like, I can't stop. I can't stop. So hopefully once you get started, you'll have the same feelings I've been having. I was like, we're not stopping until it's done type situation. That same author has a book called Everything Keto. Okay.
Shared with me, I just saw her.
Yeah. Hope your testament. Hope. Oh, okay. You're talking to somebody else. Sorry. Oh, Gina's Baby World. Gianna's. Hi. Sorry. Pronouncing people's names sometimes is not my forte.
Nellie's here.
Oh, Nellie just popped in. Hey, Nellie. Hey, Nellie. I just need mead now. I'm out.
I wish you would have said something.
I forgot.
Oh, okay.
I would have said something Wednesday because that's when everything goes half price, and I could have gotten my.
Not half price.
All right, it goes on. It goes on top. Sorry, I'm leaning to one side of the camera so I can read. Yeah. Sorry, names escape my brain. One of our new subscribers, Bobby, was just talking about stuff like this. To catch up, those who are just joining us, like, is it Gina? Gianna and Nellie. You guys just showed up not too long ago. Even Happy Birds. I was just talking about what we've been doing the last 2 days. Friday, we basically busted out and did the equivalency of 2 bedrooms. And this morning when we woke up, we were both kind of like feeling the burn, and Jerry had trouble sleeping because of aches and pains. I had some minor trouble sleeping because of shoulder pains. So when I first woke up, I was thinking, we're just going to take Saturday and Sunday and recuperate. But then, yes, I drank some Mountain Dew out of that mug. We were kind of like, we're just going to take it easy, and then we had some weather with thunder and lightning storms come through for a short period of time. And as always, when electrical storms start coming my direction, I get amped up, and I'm like, let's go see what we can break out in the bedroom today and see if we can just get a little bit more done. So we got some more stuff done in our room to continue the process. Nellie, if I didn't think I would be broken after doing my house, I would say, sure, I'll come over and help you clean yours. But every day
You never know. Never say never.
Yeah, true. I never say never. Yes, I've done a few cooking with a Nordic Way cookbook that I also got off of Amazon. It was a different book. A lot of the cooking I was doing, the recipes, the Nordic type recipes, was from the cookbook, the Nordic Way book, which is got a lot of cooking in it, but it's got some other stuff in it on just kitchen type stuff. Yes, Happy. There are some days I wake up and I'm just like, give me that cup of coffee, let's have breakfast real quick, and then What do you want me to do?
Exactly.
There are some days where I'm just like, I got so much energy, and Jerry's like, I ain't got none. I'm like, okay, what do you want me to do? You want to just sit in the chair and watch me work and tell me, help me, decide what to do with stuff? And then I'm just like, ah.
Sometimes.
Like when we started working on my office space, we were moving the big Filipino cabinet that basically weighs probably, I don't know, over 50 pounds.
50. It's a couple of 100 pounds.
Okay, Jerry says a couple of 100 pounds, and I just was like amped up, and I just literally angled it, got on the other side of it, and just put my shoulder up against it and bulldozed it. And Jerry was like, "What the?"
Beast mode.
Yeah, as she says, beast mode. I'm like, "No, that's the power of Thor." But I'm goofy, I know. But yes, the American Cozy does have a couple recipes. I read those recipes and kind of went, a lot of the product in the recipes, I don't know if I can find or come up with or enjoy, or I haven't got to the point where I wanted to do those recipes. Right now,
Yeah.
it's not that I'm not going to try them. It's just right now I am very focused on
Right. We have almost
getting this house done. So by the time dinner time rolls around, it's like, who's doing dinner, or who are we ordering from? On some days, it really depends on what's going on. Hopefully, we can talk Jim into doing. Like I just said, Sheila, I would love to do more cooking videos. I love to cook for people. I don't know why. So I'm hoping once we get done with this house, that will be my next focus or adventure of just cooking various meals for the channel for you guys to watch. Yes, I know a lot of you ladies like watching me cook. I don't know why. I'm not very good at it, even though Jay will say the opposite of that. I don't think I'm a very good cook. I know how to follow a recipe. I kind of know what I'm doing. There are some days where I'm just like, I tried to do an omelet, and that was an epic fail. And do I stop trying? No. I continue to try because I like to try to perfect my craft. Let's see here. Speaking of Thor, I'm watching Vikings on the History Channel right now. Good job for you there, Nelly. I love that. We're almost to the end of the last season, and I'm like, I can't watch it. If it ends, I'm gonna, it's like towards the end of the 5th season. I'm like, the closer I get to what I know is the end, I'm like, no. If it ends, I'm gonna go bonkers trying to find something else of that caliber. Just like when Supernatural ended, I was like, no. And of course, one of my favorites that I keep on watching the reruns is The Grimm. So yeah. When it comes to good shows like that, I'm like, you can't end it. You got to find a way to continue the movie. You can't end the series like that. What's this? The H cabinet, handmade, seems like you said, yes. The scroll work on the front doors, the 2 doors that you see on the top part, the gentleman who was doing that per my father's request had to go through several pieces of wood to perfect the scroll work, and he had, according to my dad's story, the gentleman not only had to do several different trial errors, but had broken 2 different saw bits trying to do the curvature with mahogany wood. Not an easy feat. So I was told. But yeah, it was something my father commissioned from a gentleman in the Philippine Islands. Yeah, like Jerry says, my skills are improving. No spoilers, yeah. You should talk a little about your big birthday coming up and what you would like to do. Sheila, yeah, 50. Never, ever, ever in my mind, because of my father's side of medical history, they all died before they were 50, except for maybe one or two people. I never thought I was going to see 50, so it's kind of like Jerry had her Harry Potter 50th birthday. I don't know if I want to have a birthday party at home and try to decorate the house in Viking motif, but it's either since it's in October, I either want to go to the Renaissance Fair and see how many people I can have come up with me. Jerry wants to take me to Yellowstone. October Yellowstone, it's the off season and that's when it's starting to get cold. But yeah, I like to do that. But it's like
Also
you,
cheaper.
yeah, it's also cheaper. It's either I want to do Yellowstone, like go back to Yellowstone to check it out, or go to the Renaissance Fair for my 50th dressed up in Viking decor, Viking clothing, or go to like medieval times, which is Illinois. Where's the closest medieval times? Illinois. I thought it was in Kansas City. Kansas City is where the last Renaissance Fair that I went to in this part of the country. But yeah, I would love to go back to Yellowstone. I've been to Yellowstone twice. Both times I was working during the summertime. Jerry has never seen Yellowstone, so it's kind of like, okay. Um, yes, practice does make perfect. Um,
Your omelets.
yes, my omelets. My wife loves my omelets, and I am getting better at that. Um, so I'm just trying to backtrack to some of these comments.
Marcy said you're doing a good job organizing. Bobby said.
Hold on, you're going too fast for me,
I'm
me,
screaming
babe.
to you out loud, sorry.
Okay. Um,
Mac said eggs never perfect. Bobby said you should do Yellowstone. It's very cool.
yeah, I love Yellowstone.
Do they know that you used to work there a couple of times?
Yes, I have talked about Yellowstone. Jared, did you pour Miracle Grow on Jim's beard? It grew 2 inches in a day. We wonder, because I do have a beard oil that I put on there every so often and makes my beard feel good, and Jerry loves the smell and all that fun stuff. Um,
We'll have to groom it for him.
yeah,
It
she
looks longer when it's
she
not
loves to
in
groom it. Huh?
It looks longer when it's not in ponytail.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks longer when it's not in a ponytail. You know what, Mark? My eggs, depending on my mood or how I feel, depends on how they come out. A lot of times, I get perfect eggs. A lot of times, they just look like, scrambled eggs. Hi, Mom. Bye, Mom. Mom's fighting. My friend just got back from Yellowstone. I bet you your friend enjoyed it. Probably got a lot of Mom, are you trying to get something out of the dishwasher?
No, I just put a cup in there.
Take it out, because I just washed that. Or check it, because I don't know if I turned it on. I'm sorry, Mom.
It says,
No, look at the cup.
it says clean.
Alright. So, yeah, I would take your cup out. Sorry about that, Mom. I love Yellowstone. The 2 different times, yeah, if we go to Yellowstone or whatever I do for my birthday, it will most likely be on film somehow. Because somebody's gonna film it just to see what kind of goofiness I get into. Because depending on where we go or what we do, it depends on what I'm gonna do. Because if I have my druthers or my ways, my 50th birthday party in one way or another, whether it's me and my drunkenness or one of my in-laws and their drunkenness, it's going to get goofy. Because, yeah. I don't know what that conversation was between you and Nelly there, Jer. Nelly mentioned, yes, it does, Jerry. And I was just like, what? Let's see here, Jim.
Sorry.
That's right. I'm glad that the reading from American Cosby has given you a lot of ideas that are happy. Um, yeah, I wish I would have had kept some of my old pictures from Yellowstone because I would have probably posted them somehow from the time I was working, and most of those pictures was from the first time I worked there when I was up near Mammoth Hot Springs and not Old Hartful or Old Faithful. Um, my birthday, Bobby, is October 21st. Um, Jerry's is actually the 13th, so you're not that far away from hers. I have a feeling there will be some need. Yes, Sheila, there will be. Let's just say, if I can keep up my desires, there will be copious amounts of mead. I have a cousin whose birthday is also on the 25th of October. Um, you're a card love your humor?
Your card is like a Joker. It's just.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't quite understand that. I will probably be the only one drinking that mead though, because when I took 2 bottles of mead up to,
You want to tilt them?
huh? Oh, I don't know if I can catch her in this. I'm trying to.
There she is.
Do you see her in the? Barely.
Now you can see her.
Okay. We got a cat sighting.
Oh, really? She out here?
Yeah, she out here. My mom's cat, Carmen. Oh. She likes nosing around things that are just
Different.
different out here in the living room. Have you and Jerry ever been? Have you or Jerry ever bring rocks from places? No, we've never brung any rocks or anything like that from any of the places we've been. And we haven't. Yeah.
Oh,
M- Um,
that's interesting.
Marcy asked about that. Um, good night, Titan, Mr. Titan. Um, so, oh Sheila, I didn't know you were the same age as I was. Will be, however you want to put it. Yeah, if you've ever been to Old Faithful, it smells like rotten eggs sometimes, depending on the various geysers and when they go off. Because that whole, what they call the geyser basin, where Old Faithful is, you've got like,
Nellie called it old fartful.
yeah, I called it all Old Faithful,
Oh,
and she's just laughing about it.
where did you
Um,
hear that?
You've got Steamboat Geyser, you've got Castle Rock Geyser, you've got I don't know how many other different geysers just in that area that you can walk along the path. Granted, the path to go to all the geysers in Geyser Basin is several miles, so it's like you go to Old Faithful, you walk around that area, see the 5 or 6 different geysers. You get in your car and you travel a little ways away, get out, and you can see fumaroles, mud pots, steamers, smokers, the whole 9 yards. Um, isn't there snow on the ground at Old Faithful in October? Sometimes. It really depends. That area of our country, especially the Montana region, one of the things I learned from the
Maybe
two,
not this year.
yeah, maybe not this year, but one of the things I learned the last time I worked there, which was 2010,
Back.
2005, that area of Montana is like you look up, okay, the wind's coming from the south and I see clouds, it's going to rain. Oh, wait a minute, no, the wind's coming from the north and there are clouds, we're going to get snow. It's that simple.
Can I
And-
say something really quick?
Yeah.
Sorry. Sheila didn't say she's turning 50. She said she wished she was turning 50.
Oh,
And then she came back and said she's much older than you. So.
sorry,
No,
I'm
it's
like
okay. You're okay.
half
Just wanted-
reading, I'm trying to
wanted
read things
clarify
quickly.
that. So go ahead, finish.
Buffalo, New York, yeah. October, Buffalo, New York can get snow because it's not only very close to the Canadian border, a little bit closer than Yellowstone is, but it's also right there by the Great Lakes. So you got that lake effect snow. So yeah, my brother-in-law, God rest his soul, went to college up there in Buffalo. So never got to go up there to visit him. I just seen pictures and whatnot, and oh, it's snowing. I wonder if Rob's having fun in the snow. So yeah, but like I said, the Yellowstone region, you look up, see what direction the clouds are moving. If they're coming out of the south, you're going to get rain. Coming out of the north, you're going to get snow, and that can happen in the middle of July. In fact, I remember the year before my last time in Yellowstone when they celebrated Christmas in July. They have this tradition where they take this fake Christmas tree, or actually what it is now because they've already planted it. Um, Jerry answered that. Um, they had a tree on a little island in the middle of what they call Yellowstone River, which turns into the Missouri River. They had a Christmas tree out there, and every July they would go out there and decorate it for Christmas in July. Well, the July of 2009, they had 2.5 feet worth of snow on the ground. So they were trying to cross that river, freezing there, took us off to decorate a tree. Okay, mom's going by slow mo because she has a cup of tea in her hands and don't want to spill hot tea on herself.
Or she ran back inside.
To be honest with you, Bobby, 9 times out of 10, in wintertime, maybe in January or late February or late December, we might have enough snow to say yes, we're driving through the snow. I got used to driving in snow in New York, and people would go flying around me because I was going too slow. I was like, that's right. I'm driving a Buick LeSabre. I'm not fishtailing my butt around a corner while I'm watching people come around corners near my job site going, and I'm like, fishtail into my store, and the owner of the store gets to sue your butt 9 degrees from Sunday. So yeah, I've had my fair share of experience in snow and watching people drive in the snow, and me going, mm-mm. And the way I've seen some people drive on highways here in Missouri in front of semi trucks, cutting them off in cold, wet, slick roads, and I'm like, your destination is road pancake. Because if that semi truck has to slam on his brakes because you slammed on his brakes and you're that close to him, you're most likely going to be a pancake because he's just going to roll right over you for being that foolhardy. Or jackknife and cause a really big accident. That's why I'm like, semi trucks, highway, speed.
8 minutes to an hour.
No, thank you. Thank you, baby. Um, Bobby, you must have had fun this last winter with that hardcore snow snap that you guys got down in Texas this past winter. I feel sorry for you guys. And yeah, when you lived down in Texas and never had to deal with snow, I've heard a lot of people that I have connections with that live down in Texas, even as far south as El Paso, saying we stayed indoors until this stuff cleared out. And I went, I guess you had a big freezer, because no, no, no. I joke with my friends who live down there going, so now that you've experienced a deep freeze cold, you're ready to move to Missouri, right? We're used to that stuff. We're prepared to clear our roads and deal with brownouts, not blackouts. So I felt sorry for a lot of them because I was like, dang, how many days did you guys have to deal with no power and worrying about your food spoiling, let alone stores running out of food because they didn't have proper equipment to keep that stuff cold? Yeah. Us in Buffalo all went to fly south in the winter. Not this past winter, Nelly. I'm pretty sure you were looking at the weather going, I might as well just stay home because they're dealing with it worse than we are. You know, we had one night of rolling blackouts. Well, you're lucky because one of my friends down there that I keep in contact with via Facebook and TikTok said that they had a whole week of power outages, like no power for the whole week. So yeah. So what in the world are you talking about? Oh, okay, I see what you're talking about. Yeah, yeah, I saw it and went, okay, yeah. We are in North Texas, so we didn't have it as bad as Houston did. Yeah. Well, Northern Texas is kind of used to some snow, but not snow to the point where it sticks or stays longer than whenever the sun hits it. It was the same way in Phoenix, Arizona. One year when I was living there as a kid, it snowed overnight, and my cousin who worked nights told me about it, and I was like, really? Because by the time I got up to go to school, there was nothing on the ground. It had already melted because the sun was already up and everything was heating up. My wife is now putting very bad jokes. She's putting out dad jokes, basically, as we call them, because they're just that tasteless.
Not tasteless, corny.
That too. Yeah. My daughter got smart living in LA and Australia. Oh, your daughter lives in Australia? Mom would be jealous, and I'm kind of jealous because I thought about at one point in time moving to Australia, but that was because I wanted to be closer to Steve Irwin and hope to get a job and an apprenticeship underneath Steve Irwin. I am still a big Irwin fan. I don't watch them as much because I can't catch them on my TV. Yep, Sydney. Oh, Sydney must have been even more beautiful because of Sydney Opera House, the Bay. I've seen videos and pictures of that area, and it's just like beautiful beyond. Well, I shouldn't say beautiful beyond words because I've seen places that I think are more beautiful than that because it's a city. I've seen videos and pictures of Norway and Ireland and Scotland, and I remember New York and the majestic mountains and woods and castles and all that. And that's my thing more than Sydney, Australia. But yeah, love the Crocodile Hunter. I had an argument with somebody on Facebook about the Crocodile Hunter, and that person and I just kind of went, you know what? Let's agree to disagree because, as far as I'm concerned, you know, Crocodile was one of the best people globally that had a major effect on the world and how it sees animals and protecting animals and conservation and all that fun stuff, which me and Jerry both loved about him because it's like, educate. Of course, I surprised Jerry Ann one of the first nights we started watching Animal Planet together after we got together. We were watching a video on animals of Australia, and the narrator was talking about these different lizards. And before the narrator can say, "This is the frilled lizard," I looked up and went, "Oh, look, there's a frilled lizard." And then the narrator said it, and Jerry Ann was like, "What? Huh? What? What?" Kind of put her on like, "How do you know this stuff?" Syndrome.
It was impressive.
Yeah, as she just said, it was impressive. But when I met her, my two biggest things were animals and Native America. So, anyhow, we're going close to an hour, so I might be getting off this pretty soon. Any last questions or things that you want me to talk about real quick before I decide to sign off? How was the 8-0? Oh, Lisa, you're appearing a little late in the show. I'm about ready to get off unless somebody wants to get me some really serious questions. I believe I saw a comment about people saying that he was on your channel. Yeah. Okay, so it was on my channel. Yes, I did have a minor argument with somebody on my channel, thinking he was a, to put it mildly, a butthead.
Mm.
And I was like, that's your opinion as one person from Australia, not a whole globe full of people, plus the thousands of people who showed up for his memorial at his zoo in Australia. But he wanted to keep like trying to downsize Steve Irwin, and I just went, you know what? We're going to agree to disagree. Bye. And that's the last I had to hear from him or that particular person. That's all right, Lisa. I kind of put the notification like minutes before I jumped online. But hey, you know what? You'll be here in 2 weeks' time. We'll have all the time in the world to have discussions or fun or whatever. Um, the 80s was horrible.
The snowstorm.
Oh. Oh, in the 1980s. I was early 80s. I was in Germany, so I don't know how bad it was here. I was enjoying the snowball fights and ice forts and all the fun stuff that we did in Germany as a kid. A bunch of us military kids got together and said, "Oh, look, Mom's bread pans. They're great for making blocks of ice for snow forts." And then come springtime, "What'd you do to my bread pan?" "Oops, I'm sorry. I didn't know I wasn't supposed to use that." So not only did I have fun, I had gotten into so much trouble doing fun stuff. But you're a military brat. What do you do for fun? You get into trouble just to see what you can do to get out. Blizzard of 77. Where was I in 77? Little Rock, Arkansas. I don't remember much from Little Rock. Probably because of the fact that Little Rock was so stressful and irritatingly for my family that it's probably been blocked out of my memory. Except for the hot summers where I lost my shoes and I had to walk to my house on hot concrete. So, one of the biggest things I learned as a kid: make sure your shoes are nearby so you don't burn your feet. I don't know, Nelly. I like snow. I do like playing in the snow. I don't like shoveling it, but I like playing in it. It's probably one of the reasons why we're always like, "You sure you want to move to Montana? You sure you want to move north where there's lots and lots of snow?" And I go, "Well, I'll buy a snowblower so I don't have to use a shovel." It doesn't snow enough here for me to own a snowblower, but if I was living in Montana or Minnesota or one of the northern states where they get lots and lots of snow, I'd be like,
It's not about how much snow you get, it's about how much property you have.
that too.
'Cause even if it only snows one day and it snows for 4 inches, if you're on 3 acres,
Yeah.
it's
Well,
not
3
enough.
acres, you only worry about your
I'm just saying, if you have a really long driveway or whatever,
yeah. No, because that's when you buy a big heavy duty
Yes.
truck with big tires, and you just go, I'm gonna drive through it. Thanks, Marcy. Hopefully, I don't put you to sleep because every time I read to her, it's night time. She falls asleep. She says it's because of the dulcet tones that I have. I'm like,
no, you just, yeah.
okay. Or what is it? My soothing voice,
Yes.
something like that. She'll fall asleep on me, and I go, how far was I reading before she actually fell asleep? Yeah, in fact, tonight when we go to bed, I have to bring my book in with me so I can read it because we will be entering the next chapter. And she always has a section in the first of the chapter that doesn't have the bullet points, so I read through that so I can reread it to you guys or talk to you guys about it. I'm impressed you didn't learn to ski in Germany. I was in my, well, let's see here, 80 to
You were like-
83.
Yeah, you were like
I was not even a preteen when we lived in Germany. So, and they didn't really have classes.
You were a preteen. You were 9 to 11.
Okay, 9 to 11. They didn't really have classes for skiing in Germany. Um,
That you could afford.
yeah, that we could afford or that was offered to the children of military personnel. So I'll be honest with you though, if I had been given the opportunity to learn how to ski, I probably would. But the thing is when you go from Germany to Arizona, if you want to do any skiing, you got to go up to like Flagstaff or Colorado, and I don't think I would enjoy downhill skiing because anything that anything that flies by my peripheral vision. That's one of the reasons why when I drive, I literally have to focus on what's in front of me because unless I'm trying to change lanes, then I worry about what's next to me. A lot of times when things fly by that I'm not prepared for or can't control speed wise, it causes me to have an anxiety issue, and that's one of my many different issues that I have is besides ADD and hyperactivity, it's certain forms of anxiety that thankfully they're not so severe. I have to take medicine, but when they happen, it's just kind of like hang on tight, wait till it goes by, and then calm down and just go about your business. Um, so yeah, it's one of those. Okay, I'll wrap it up. It's one of those things I have to deal with. Dre says time to wrap it up. I've been on here a little bit over an
It's
hour.
just that it takes really long for it to upload if it's longer than
Yeah, yeah. Um, you have a good voice for YouTube. Some of the best YouTubers have a smooth voice. Well, thanks, Bobby. The only time my voice is a problem is if I'm having throat issues or first thing in the morning. Sometimes I have to drink my coffee so I can break up the mucus that has happened overnight because of post-nasal drip due to my sinus allergies. Um, you're welcome, Sheila. I wanted to do it. I wanted to do a live tonight. I actually wanted to do one last night, but Jeff said not to because she thought she was going to be doing something else and it would be taking up a lot of bandwidth.
I actually said I didn't feel good.
Oh, she didn't feel good. Okay. Good night, Lisa. I'm gonna go ahead and sign off as well because the longer the video, the harder it is the longer it takes to download. I'm glad you guys caught me too because I know Sheila and Nelly, a lot of times when I do videos, you guys don't get to catch the actual live. You have to watch the recording. So I'm glad you guys were able to come online and join us. I had to give up coffee because of my anxiety. It doesn't help. Coffee does not really affect my nerves. It actually gives me a little bit of energy. That factor, it's like a laxative, and y'all know what a laxative can do if you have too much of it. So it's the benefits for me. Anyhow, I'm gonna bid you all a good night. I know it's a live session. You guys could have done your thumbs up already. Yeah. Yeah, Jerry's right, Sheila and Nelly. You guys have been real boost for a lot of different reasons. But anyhow, I'm gone. I'm done. See you guys later. Enjoy. Hope you guys have a good evening, good night, and I'll see you on the flip side. Bye.